I just don't get it. The whole conversation that apparently we're supposed to have a business plan, like we're salespeople and having a great salesperson there, we've really got to make the decision about what it really takes to grow a phenomenal business. So I much prefer to actually have a growth plan or a performance plan around what we're going to do to ultimately change and shift our performance over the course of the next 12 months. As we come to the end of the financial year here in Australia, this is ultimately where literally the rubber hits the road, where the reality of what has actually happened over the course of the last 12 months really gets put in front of our eyes. What actually happened to your average sale price over the last 12 months? What about your average fee? What about your volume of transactions? What about your total GCI? What about the markets that you served? How you generated your leads to be able to go and find all those sellers? And what about how you actually source buyers? When you're going to have a look at the quality of the people on the inside of your team, how well did they actually play out their roles? And now that you've got that review of what's actually happened, we've got to review and then ultimately get into a position that now we go to project on what our next trajectory is going to be. So as an agent, where's the greatest opportunity for growth? If, for example, you were charging a fee around 2 and you think you can get that up to 2.5%, that's a 0.5% increase. Over 2% is a 25% improvement to your business. If your average sale price was $1 million and then you can take it to $1,250,000, now all of a sudden, again, that's a 25% increase to your business. If you're actually in a position that you've been doing volume of around 30 transactions per year, then all of a sudden you take that to 40 transactions per year, that's actually a 33% increase to your business. That compounded is going to be a huge difference in the total fees that you write. The skill of being a great agent is actually identifying about what to do next. What literally are the strengths that you need to leverage and what are the strengths that you ultimately need to develop? Now, a great performance plan, a growth plan is on one page. It really talks about the clarity of the purpose of why you're doing what you do, getting really clear about the values of how you actually go to run your team, and then being very clear about the specific mission that you're setting out to achieve over the course of the next 12 months. The number of transactions, the markets you wish to play in, and all of those key numbers that we've already discussed. Then really thinking clearly about, okay, what's next for me and how am I going to make the decision to ultimately scale to be a much, much better quality agent? Now, as a great business leader, your skill is to actually make sure that you've got your team very clear on where the opportunities lie inside of their business. Going through our fee calculator, having a conversation with them around what to do next, and actually being in a position that you start to have a quick look at some of their blind spots and areas that they can actually improve on the inside of their business to get a completely different level of performance. Now's the time to go and produce those incredible performance scorecards on what your salespeople have done and ultimately help them to build a plan around what they're going to be doing next over the course of this new financial year.